This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of traveling, isn't it? Okay, do it up.
Good evening from Holland Gymnasium on the campus of Bellows Falls Union High School. Welcome to Falls Area Community Television's broadcast for tonight's matchup between the Bellows Falls Terriers and the Fairhaven Slaters. The Terriers come into the matchup with a record of 10-7, good for 8th place in Division III, while the Slaters have an overall record of 12-5, good for 5th place in Division II. Both schools play out of the Southern Vermont District B, where the Terriers are 1-5 and the Slaters are 3-2. I'm Joe Brooks, joined by Joey Powers for tonight's broadcast. The Terriers feature an exciting group of senior leadership and freshman contributors. They're led by senior captains point guard Eli Albee, forward Will Halleck, and senior Carson Clark. Joey, what do you have for us today?
Well, Joe, you did a lot of good research here on Fairhaven, and Fairhaven's averaging 58 points per game this year, but only giving up 46 points per game. And we were talking in the pregame that, you know, points could be at a very minimum for Bellows Falls tonight. They have 8 mutual opponents. Bellows Falls went 4-4 against those mutual opponents, while Fairhaven went 6-2, only losing to Hartford twice. As we know, we just saw Bellows Falls and Hartford on Friday, and that is a very, very disciplined team.
Yeah, Hartford was very fast, very good team.
Very good at moving up and down the court, you know, good at passing the ball around.
Based on what you've given us, Joey, I think it's going to be hard for buckets to come by for the Terriers.
It sounds like it very well could be. Like I said before, it was pretty hard for them to come by buckets against Hartford, and it seems like Fairhaven probably gives up less points than Hartford.
Having not seen Fairhaven yet, I'm curious to see what style they play. They only score around 59 points a game, so I wonder if they're just a very defensive-heavy team that slows it down on offense, which we haven't really seen yet. We've seen a lot of transition. And with a minute to go, here's tonight's starting lineups, as brought to you by the Bellows Falls Terriers announcing team.
Good evening and a warm welcome to Bellows Falls Union High School, the proud home of the Terriers. We're thrilled to have you here tonight for an exciting basketball matchup between the Fairhaven Slaters and your Bellows Falls Terriers. At Bellows Falls, we stand united in our commitment to sportsmanship. We kindly ask that you as fans of both teams keep your comments positive and in good taste. Let's showcase the true spirit of good sportsmanship by respecting and positively supporting our student athletes, coaches, fellow spectators, and our esteemed officials. Remember, poor sporting behavior and taunting have no place here. Instead, let's focus on cheering for our teams and making this a memorable experience for everyone in attendance. We'd like to take a moment to express our gratitude to the Booster Club. They play a crucial role in supporting our teams. If you're interested in becoming a part of this fantastic community, they're actively looking for new members. For more information, visit the Booster Club at the concession stand during the game. And a big happy birthday to Jenny Corson. Thank you for everything you do. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First, the visiting Slaters. A sophomore, number 3, Sam Cahill. A senior, number 4, Jack Almeida. A junior, number 12, Andrew Barker. A senior, number 20, Max Cahill. And a senior, number 22, Phil Bean. Coached by Luke Van Danis. And now, let's hear some noise for your very own Bellows Falls Terriers. At guard, a junior, number 0, Kobe Lebec. At forward, a senior, number 4, Carson Clark. At forward, a senior, number 11, Will Halleck. At forward, a freshman, number 14, Jaden Bazin. And at guard, a senior, number 22, Eli Albee. Coached by Evan Chadwick, assisted by Ben Brink. And now, please rise for the national anthem.
right, and we are back now. About to get ready for the tip-off here between Fairhaven and Bellows Falls. So, Joey, looking at the two lineups here, I would anticipate maybe a physical game Bellows Falls might be looking at here. It just looks like I see a couple guys that might be football players over there for Fairhaven.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So it looks like there might be a little bit of I would expect a physical game based on what we see for points per game allowed.
Absolutely.
And what we're seeing for the team that lines up over there.
It seems like both starting fives are senior-driven.
Yes. Jaden Bazin, the only freshman starting for the Terriers.
Was he the only underclassman?
No, number 3, Sam Cahill for the Slaters is a sophomore.
No, but I meant for Bellows Falls.
For Bellows Falls,
The other
yes.
4 are seniors?
Yes, the other 4 are seniors today.
Here we go.
The tip is controlled by the Slaters. Tipped over number 3, Sam Cahill. Cahill's on the left elbow, guarded by Eli Albee of the Terriers. Swings it over to number 4, Jake Alameda. Jake Alameda hits for 3. 3-0 quick early going for the Slaters. Kobe Levesque brings the ball up for the Terriers. This is the top of the key. Finds Eli Albee at the top of the key. Little give and go. Back to Kobe Levesque. Kobe Levesque from the foul line has it hit the back of the rim and comes out. No good. Rebound and controlled by the Slaters. Number 20 of the Slaters, Max Cahill, with the rebound. Stolen by Will Halleck of the Terriers. Eli Albee brings the ball up the court for the Terriers. Gets it over to Carson Clark on the right elbow. Back up to Albee at the top of the key. Finds Jaden Bazin at the foul line extended. Bazin picks up his dribble, looks for some help. Finds Levesque cutting across the paint. Who gets it over to Carson Clark. Carson back to Levesque. Levesque at the top of the key looking to find some room to make something happen. Picks up his dribble but finds Carson Clark on the right elbow. Good patience shown so far by the Terriers, Joey.
Absolutely. Moving the ball very well.
Oh, little contact there by out by the half-court set. Number 20, Max Cahill, will pick up the first foul for the Slaters. First personal, first on the team. So they definitely have that defense packed in there tight, the Slaters do. And Bellows Falls is going to have to be quick and accurate with their passes, but it looks like they're maintaining some patience here. Ball's inbounded to Bazin. Bazin dribbles from the right side, throws it up off the glass, no good. Controlled by Will Halleck underneath, up and no good. Halleck with a tough offensive rebound, and that's the second or third ball already to hit the back of the rim and kind of come off the front of the rim, slowly teasing like it's going to drop in there. So Will Halleck will go to the line shooting 2. 3-0 for the Slaters in the early going. 6 minutes, 43 seconds to go. Halleck's first shot is up and good. Will Halleck will have his second free throw here for the Terriers. Second one is up. Off the back rim, no good. Rebounded by number 22, Phil Bean of the Slaters. Gets it over to Sam Cahill. Cahill at the top of the key, gets it over to Jack Alameda. Alameda over here to number 12, Andrew Barker. Barker gets it back up to Cahill. Back over to number 20, Max Cahill. Max Cahill swings it over to Barker. Barker from 3 from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Will Halleck. Another big rebound by Will Halleck. Gets it over to Carson Clark. Eli Albee's trying to push the action for the Terriers. Gets it over to Bazin on the right elbow. Gets it back to Albee. Albee over to Levesque at the top of the key. Albee from the baseline looking to hit from about 14 feet off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound chased after by the Terriers. Kobe Levesque and number 4, Jake Alameda, with a little fighting for the ball over in the corner. Looks like it was last touched by Alameda of the Slaters, controlled by the Terriers. A little early going action, Joey. The Terriers are hanging right in there, playing tough.
They are. They're moving the ball well.
They're definitely playing very disciplined. You got to find a nice open spot here. Bazin with a nice little, that's another one right off that back of that rim.
Just missing. Just missing.
Now, I know personally, I always struggled shooting in this gym, so I always wondered how the home team felt like it. Kobe Levesque up for 2 on the nice steal. That'll put us at 3-3 with 5 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Kobe Levesque with a quick 2 on the steal. Jumped in the passing lane nicely there. Little 3-2 zone here for the Terriers with Eli Albee at top and Carson Clark and Levesque on the wings. Halleck and Bazin controlling the baseline. They get it over to Cahill here on the corner. Cahill gets it back inside to number 22, Phil Bean. Phil Bean goes up and in from inside. That was a tough finish up there, Joey.
Yeah, it was.
Bellows Falls certainly isn't making it easy for them.
No, I think you're right, though. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game.
Albee with a terrific lead pass, but just a little too much for Halleck to handle, and it's going to be ball turned over to the Slaters. What were you saying, Joey?
I think you're right. This is going to be a low-scoring game. 5-3.
Well, if Bells Falls can control the glass and make a few shots, they'll hang right in there. That's
Absolutely.
for sure. Number 3, Sam Cahill's got the ball over here on the right elbow, looking for something to happen. Swings it up to the top of the key, passes it over to Alameda. Alameda gets it back to Cahill. Cahill for 3 from the top of the key. It's good. Sam Cahill for 3, 8-3 in favor of the Slaters. Just under 5 minutes.
Already, Joe.
Yes, it is.
Told you, there's a few shooters on this team. I can just tell from the shoot around.
Oh, the ball's a little too far for Jaden Bazin to control. Turnover on the Terriers. It's going to be Slater's ball. Cahill passes it in to Jake Alameda. Alameda's bringing it up for the Slaters. Albie will look to pick him up as soon as he can here. Levesque trying to cut off the passing lanes, gets it over to Cahill. Alameda looked at 3 from the deep corner, gets it over to number 20, Max Cahill. Max Cahill off the back of the rim, long rebound controlled by Jake Alameda. Here's Sam Cahill for 2, no good, rebounded by Andrew Parker, no good from the baseline, rebounded by Will Halleck.
Will Halleck's third rebound.
Halleck's doing a nice job underneath there. He got his hands on another one too, he almost controlled. Bazin with a nice move in the post, throws it up off the back rim, can't quite drop it in. Halleck got his hand on another one there, but couldn't quite control it. Jaden Bazin's had some nice looks at the hoop so far.
Yeah,
over to the baseline, we got Sam Cahill. Cahill swings it out to Max Cahill, who drags to the foul line, then kicks it over to Andrew Barker on the left elbow for 3. Barker for 3.
Say Barker?
Andrew Barker for 3 to give us an 11-3 lead in favor of the Slaters. Bells Falls could use a basket right here.
Yeah, they definitely could.
There's definitely some shooting.
Good luck.
Carson Clark for 3 from the baseline, no good, off the glass. Controlled initially by Will Halleck and then knocked away by the Slaters. It'll be Terriers' ball.
The Terriers have had some good looks. They're just not falling right now.
Looks like Saul James is checking into the game for the Terriers, replacing Kobe Levesque. Levesque got a nice basket in his time out there, played some nice defense. Jaden Bazin gets the ball into Albie out here at the front court. Swings it over to Carson Clark for corner 3. Oh, the ball's no good. Will Halleck with another board underneath. Gets it over to Clark. Clark from the foul line extended, hits for 2. That's a great play right there by Will Halleck, making that happen. Carson Clark with a nice 2. They needed that one, 11-5. 6-point deficit here for the Terriers. Sam Cahill has the ball at the top of the key, gets it over to Phil Bean. Phil Bean tries to drive left side, gets fouled going to the hoop. I'm not sure if it's on the shot or on the floor here. The foul is going to be on. So it's going to be 2 shots for Phil Bean. And the foul was on Bells Falls' Will Halleck, his first, team's first. First shot by Bean is up and no good. Bean will line up his second shot here. Second one's off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Jaden Bazin. Albie's looking to push the ball for the Terriers. What do you think, Joey? What can Bells Falls do to kind of to try to push the envelope a little bit here on offense, or should they maintain just the patience?
I mean, I think they're doing pretty good offensively. They're getting good looks. The ball's just not falling for them.
It's very true. They've gotten some great looks.
I mean, they're moving the ball well, and they're moving without the ball, too.
And we haven't seen a lot of the sloppy turnover type stuff like we saw against Hartford last week.
Absolutely.
As we say that, a little turnover
Another
there.
turnover, exactly.
But that was one where the Fairhaven got their hands in and knocked it away. So Will Halleck's going to be replaced by Steve Joslin.
Will Halleck has 4 rebounds already.
Yeah, so that's a great start for Will Halleck.
Absolutely.
Steve Joslin coming in to replace him. Steven had a great game the other night.
He did.
Friday night, he had 4 or 5 offensive rebounds in his time on the court. He's a sophomore, so he's another helpful. Oh, Saul
Nice
James
defense
gets his
by Saul
hand in
James.
there on the passing lane, and Bells Falls is pushing the ball up the court. Gets it back, little give and go to Saul James from Eli Albie. That was a nice little 2-man game. Started by James with the steal and the push. Gets it over to Albie, who gives it right back. Sam Cahill here gets it back out to Jake Alameda. Alameda for 3. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound, big rebound by Jaden Bazin. Bazin gets it out to Saul James. Saul James comes to the top of the key, using the left hand, looking for some room. Gets it over to Carson Clark here on the left elbow. Clark comes to the top of the key, picks up his dribble, gets it back over to the left side to Saul James, and we're going to have a quick timeout here by Bells Falls' Evan Chadwick. Terriers down 11-7. Nice little effort here on the Terriers so far,
absolutely.
Joey.
You know, they're definitely making this a competitive game in the early on.
They've definitely crashed the boards well.
I was going to say, I feel like they're rebounding a lot better than they did against Hartford.
And they're competing hard on the defensive end, and they're not giving up anything really easy. We've had some hot shooting so far by Fairhaven. They've hit, 3 threes, 4 threes so far?
3 threes,
3 threes? Yep. So to their 11 points, 9 of them are off the 3 ball.
Yeah.
So you're not going to hit every 3 you hit, but they've hit a couple of good looks so far. And you gotta give something up every now and again.
Yeah,
so
you're not going to throw a shutout basketball.
No. So you definitely got to love the way they're competing.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we come out here on the court, the Terriers will start with Saul James, Eli Albee, Jaden Bazin, Carson Clark, and Stephen Jocelyn. The Slaters are going to go out with Jake Alamede, Sam Cahill, number 13, Andrew Barker, number 22, Phil Bean, and number 13, John Roberts is checked in for them. Number 22, Eli Albee throws up the runner off the right side of the glass. No good. Last touch, ball's knocked around a little bit. Last touch, it looks like the Terriers. It's going to be Slater's ball, Joey. Minute 45 to go here, 11-7 in favor of the Slaters.
Definitely very
brings it up.
going.
Absolutely. Terriers are playing a very nice, quick 3-2 zone here. Maybe a little matchup zone. Point guard's just chasing the ball around, doing a nice job, whether it's been Saul in there or whether it was Eli before Saul doing that position. They're doing a nice job chasing the ball. Nothing easy. Another 3 ball. Fairhaven settling for the 3. Saul James comes up with the rebound and the big push. Oh, what a little transition basket for Saul James right there. 11-9 in favor of the Slaters. Saul's had a quick 4 points, a rebound, a steal since he's come into the game. He had a great game against Hartford the other night, too.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that
nice.
was almost gotten by Carson Clark. Sam Cahill throws it up with the left hand. No good. Big rebound in there by Phil Bean. Phil Bean with his second basket. 13-9 in favor of the Slaters here. Albee looking for some help at the top of the key. Gets a nice screen from Jaden Bazin. Attacks with his left hand. Hits Carson Clark for a corner 3. Off the corner. No good. That ball is out of bounds. Rebound last touched by the Slaters. Terriers ball. Morgan Haskell and Kobe Levesque are going to check in for Carson Clark and Eli Albee at the end of the first quarter here. And number 4, Jake Alamede, is also getting a chance to sit out for the last part of this first quarter. Saul James with a runner, no good there. Rebounded by Phil Bean. Phil Bean brings it in the front court, gets it up here to Max Cahill. Max Cahill gets it back to Phil Bean. Phil Bean up and under, no good. Big rebound by Kobe Levesque of the Terriers. Kobe tries to get it up court, but he's a little out of control, and it's going to be a turnover. Slater's ball. 13-9, 21 seconds to go here. Number 20, Max Cahill, brings the ball in for the Slaters. They get it inside number 20, Phil Bean, over number 3, Sam Cahill. Cahill runs into a nice trap by Morgan Haskell and Jaden Bazin, but then he gets it back over here in the corner and hits a 3. Sam Cahill for 3, 16-9 in favor of the Slaters. Morgan Haskell's got the ball in the front court, finds Saul James over on the elbow. Saul goes up for the shot, has it knocked away, no good. Hey, all in all, Joey, a very competitive first quarter. Bellows Falls competing very well. They're going after the rebounds well. They're playing good defense. They're getting in the passing lanes. They're certainly not showing any intimidation out there.
No, absolutely not. One thing I'd point out is somebody really needs to get their hands in Sam Cahill's face. He already has 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, we definitely want to. We can't have 3 threes is a lot of threes.
Yeah, in the first quarter.
So you definitely want to watch out for that kid. He's the sophomore on the team, so he's the only sophomore starting for those Slaters. But you can definitely see why they've had low-scoring games. They don't tend to give up a lot of second-shot opportunities, which credit to Will Halleck for getting his hands on a handful of balls there.
Yeah, absolutely. Jaden Bazin also has a couple of rebounds.
Yep.
So
they're playing the ball very well, doing everything they need to do. Just had to have a few shots that drop in. Maybe a little quicker as they go, but
I mean, they had like 2 or 3 balls go in and out. They did. I mean, that right there, that could make this a tie game pretty much.
So we'll see what starts out here. We have Stephen Jocelyn starting out for the Terriers. We have number 14, Jaden Bazin, with Saul James, Morgan Haskell, and Kobe Levesque brings the ball in for the Terriers. So Haskell brings the ball to the front court. Gets a screen by Jaden Bazin, looking for some help as he picked up his dribble, finds Levesque over on the right elbow, comes back to the top of the key. Levesque really likes to penetrate. He has a good dribble drive. He finds Morgan Haskell back on the elbow. Haskell picks up his dribble, finds Levesque. Levesque looks for 3 from the top of the key. It's Off the rim, no good. Oh, another one, just barely, not quite there. Rebounded by number 20, Max Cahill. Out quickly to number 4, Jake Alameda. Jake Alameda with 2 for the Slaters. 18-9 in favor of the Slaters. Looks like Will Halleck's going to check back in for the Terriers here. Saul James has the ball at the top of the key, finds Morgan Haskell on the right elbow. Morgan Haskell trying to dribble down the lane, gets it back to James. James is looking at the top of the key, looking to set up the offense here. Another screen by Jaden Bazin, back to Levesque. They're having a hard time penetrating past the top of the key, Joey.
Oh, no, they're doing very well, moving the ball.
Oh, Jaden Bazin with a nice touch there. Fairhaven's not giving much up inside that paint, are they?
No, they're not. But BF's earning every point they get.
So we have number 4, Jake Alameda, no good for 3. Big rebound underneath by Morgan Haskell. Haskell brings the ball back up the court. Looks like Albie Clark and Halleck are going to check into the next dead whistle for the Terriers, as well as Phil Bean for the Slaters. Kobe Levesque at the top of the key, pops no good. 18-11 here. Levesque is looking for his offense and playing well, but he's got to drop one of these shots to make it feel good for him.
Absolutely. I mean, that was a pretty good look.
It was absolutely a good look. You got to keep shooters. Shooters keep shooting.
Yeah,
next one always the one going in.
Yep.
But you want to see one go in.
That's when your confidence starts getting built.
So it looks like number 20, Cam Perry, is going to be checking in for the Terriers at the next whistle. So number 20, Max Cahill, has the ball over here for the Fairhaven Slaters. Gets it inside number 22, Phil Bean. Phil Bean up and under for 2.
Good ball movement by Fairhaven.
Bean has definitely had some nice looks underneath. 22-11 in favor of the Slaters. Albie up the right side gets the ball back to Levesque. Levesque at the top of the key, looking to drive to the middle of the lane. Up and under. Throws that one up, no good also. Phil Bean with the rebound for the Slaters. Levesque is looking for his offense. He's getting some good looks. One of them's going to drop. Phil Bean hard from the top of the key. It's no good on the shot. The rebound's knocked around a little bit. Last touch by the Terriers. So it's Slater's ball underneath. Cam Perry checks in for Jaden Bazin. Terriers trailed by 9 with 5 minutes and 46 seconds to go. Number 20, Max Cahill, gets it in here to Jack Alameda. Alameda into Barker. Barker from about 10 feet hits it from the elbow.
Good ball movement once again.
22-11. Albie brings the ball up the court, gets it to Levesque at the top of the key. It is hard to penetrate the Slaters' defense outside of maybe the foul line. You can get to that foul line, and then they really kind of collapse on you. There's nothing easy. Albie finds Halleck underneath. Halleck has it for a moment because it knocked away. Good rebound, gets it out to Clark. Clark has a good look, no good. Albie off the rebound, hits it for 2. Hey, they stuck with it. Let's get some offensive rebounds. Eli Albie, Will Halleck, each with an offensive rebound. It ends with a basket. That's going to be a reaching foul on number 20, Cam Perry of the Terriers. Sorry about that. That's Cam's team's first here in the second quarter. Another game played without many fouls, just like Friday night, Joey. That's the 3rd or 4th total foul in this game.
Yeah, no, definitely. I like the clean play. It makes the flow go.
It does. It absolutely does. Inbound ball goes to Jake Alameda from the corner 3. No good. Another big rebound by Will Halleck. Will Halleck is really doing a nice job underneath tonight. Outlets the ball to Albie. Albie brings the ball up. He's got the ball in the front court now. Top of the key. Goes to the right elbow. Swings it over to the right side to Carson Clark. Clark brings it back up. Gets it to Levesque at the top of the key. Levesque picks up his dribble. Looks for Albie to come back. Running a little weave. 3-man action here at the top of the key. Albie attacks. Tries to squeeze it into Halleck. Halleck gets it back out to Levesque. Levesque for 3. That's good. Kobe Levesque for 3 ball for the Bellows Falls Terriers. Cut the lead to 6 points with 4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Definitely very competitive game so far,
They are
Joe.
competing very well. Phil Bean for 2. Boy, it appears Mr. Bean knows his range. He loves that inside paint. He's foul line and inside the hoop, and he's got a great game and a great shot underneath there. Perry's got the ball at the top of the key for the Terriers. Kobe Levesque swings it into Halleck. Halleck is met with some resistance underneath, gets it up there, but has it knocked away. No good. Number 3, Sam Cahill, brings it up for the Slaters. Up and in off the glass. 2 points for Cahill. 26-16. Albie brings it up for the Terriers. Finds Halleck. Halleck gets the ball. We're going to see, I don't know if it's on the floor or a shot, but we're going to have a foul on the Slaters. Number 21, Andrew Dunbar, is going to be checking in for the Terriers, as well as Saul James. replacing Kobe Levesque and Cam Perry. So it was a shooting foul, Joey. So Will Halleck, or no, I changed my mind. I guess they took him off the free throw line and it's going to be Terriers ball underneath. Looking to get the ball in, they find Dunbar. Dunbar back to James. Big screen by Dunbar for James. Another foul on the floor. Boy, they're hanging in there, Joey.
Yeah, they absolutely are. That's a very competitive game.
You like to see the spirit the Bellows Falls has put out there for sure.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of energy in this room tonight.
Albee gets the ball in, looking for number 4, Carson Clark with a great catch. Clark up for 3, off the back rim, no good. Halleck in there competing yet again for the rebound, but can't quite control it. Sam Cahill up in the front court for the Slaters, attacks the rim, kicks it back out to Alameda. Alameda over to Bean. Bean up off the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Albee underneath the basket, but saved into the wrong hoop, and Phil Bean's going to get the foul underneath the basket. It looked like initially they had saved to the right side, but then it's that cardinal rule. You never want to save it under your own basket.
No, absolutely not.
It's like Carson Clark is going to get a break here, and Jaden Bazin's going to replace him. Phil Bean's going to have 2 shots at the line for the Slaters. First one's up and good. 27-16.
We here at Bellows Falls want to congratulate Phil Bean on his 1,000th career.
So apparently that was Phil Bean's 1,000th career point for Phil Bean. Always an accomplishment to score 1,000 points in high school.
Yeah, that's kind of cool to be here for that, you know.
With that fanfare, it's 27-16, 11-point lead for the Slaters. 3.5 minutes to go. Bean has 1 more shot at the foul line. The second one is up and no good. Rebound was snuck in there by number 11, John Hetrich of the Slaters. Quickly, they swing the ball to Alameda. Alameda back over to Cahill. Cahill from 3 from the right elbow, no good. We're going to have a foul over the back here on the Slaters. I'm going to think it's number 12. Yep, number 12, Barker of the Slaters. His first. Looked like he went over the back on Jaden Bazin of the Terriers.
Absolutely.
Morgan Haskell's checking in for the Terriers, replacing 21 Andrew Dunbar. So for the Terriers right now, we've got Eli Albee, Saul James, Morgan Haskell, Jaden Bazin, and Will Halleck. So we've got 3 freshmen and the 2 senior captains on the court at this time, Joey.
Yeah, BF just needs to keep this tight. Don't let it get out of hand before the half. They've hung around pretty good so far.
They've definitely played a nice, patient game on offense. A few shots more here or there dropped in. This would be a little bit closer. Bazin gets it back out to James. James running the point from the top, gets it into Halleck. Halleck gets it over to Albee. Albee with a nice look for 3. Can't get it. Bazin with a big rebound. A lot of contact underneath. Nothing down there. James with a miss. Halleck gets it up and under. So Will Halleck with another offensive rebound there, Joey. This time he goes up for 2, gets fouled, and this time he'll be going on the line to shoot 2.
And that's 6 rebounds out for Will Halleck.
It's a good game. And the foul is going to be on number 15, Cody Adams of the Slaters, his first, and that'll be the 4th on the team. First shot by Halleck is up and no good. Will Halleck's got 1 more, trying to cut this to a 10-point lead with 2.5 minutes to go. Halleck's second shot is up and good. Cuts it 27-17. Looks like Carson Clark will be checking in for the Terriers. Number 3, Cahill swings it over to Alameda. Cahill back up here at the top of the key, gets it over to 13, John Roberts. Roberts gets it inside to Phil Bean. Bean swings it out to number 15, Cody Adams. Cody Adams for 3. 30-17 in favor of the Slaters. Morgan Haskell's got the ball in the front court for the Terriers, gets it over to Eli Albee. Albee has looking to set up the offense here. Top of the key, Albee attacks from the left side, tries to get it to Bazin on the pick and roll, but there was a little miscommunication, and the pass was intercepted by the Slaters. Cahill swings it to the corner to Alameda, gets it back to Cahill at the top of the key. Sam Cahill swings it down here to number 13, John Roberts. Roberts has it knocked away by the Terriers, but it's going to be last touched by the Terriers and stays Slater's ball. Minute 45 to go. The Terriers could really use a couple of stops and a couple of baskets as we go here.
Absolutely, Joe.
Carson Clark checks back in for Morgan Haskell here. 30-17 in favor of the Sliders. It gets into Jake Alameda. Alameda covered by Saul James. Alameda swings it over, and in the end they find number 13, gets it back over here to Alameda. Alameda swings it in the corner to Sam Cahill. Cahill out here to the right elbow. Cahill with a no-look pass over to number 15, Cody Adams. Cody Adams gets it back to Cahill. Cahill over here on the right elbow. Goes to the foul line, little runner from the top of the key, and that's good. That's a tough basket right there. 32-17 in favor of the Sliders. Albie's got the ball over here on the right elbow, picks up his dribble, gets it inside to Bazin. Bazin trying to make something happen underneath. Goes up, but he's fouled hard. So that's on number 13, John Roberts of the Sliders. It's going to be 2 shots for Jaden Bazin. Bazin will look to cut into this lead, which is 15 points now.
Starting to get a little away from him right now, Joe.
It's a little bit. They've hit a couple of big shots here and there. Bazin's first one is up and no good. Steven Joslin will check in for Halleck. And Kobe Levesque is checking in for Saul James for the last minute of the second quarter. Bazin's second foul shot is up. And that one's good. So Bazin goes 1 out of 2 from the foul line, cuts the lead to 32-18. Cahill and Alameda work to bring the ball up the court for the Sliders. Kobe Levesque picks up Alameda at the top of the key. Over to Cahill, back to Alameda. Alameda gets a screen from Phil Bean, gets gets it back to Cahill. Cahill looking for Phil Bean. Gets it back over the corner to Cody Adams. Cody Adams is blocked by Jaden Bazin over on the corner 3. They get it back though. Phil Bean gets it over here, and this is Jake Alameda from the right elbow, and that's good for 3. 35-18 in favor of the Sliders. Kobe Levesque up quick for the Terriers. Gets the ball back to Jaden Bazin. Bazin over to Eli Albee for 3. Albee off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Sam Cahill of the Sliders. Looking for transition. Flips it over here to number 13, John Roberts. Roberts up and no good with the transition shot. Rebounded by Bazin. Bazin gets it here to Carson Clark. Clark over to Joslin on the left elbow. With 8 seconds to go, Joslin for 3, no good off the back of the rim. Little transition, ball's thrown away with 2 seconds to go. With 2 seconds to go here, Bellows Falls will have the ball. 35-18 is our score. You can definitely see, Joey, why they only give up 40-something points per game.
Absolutely.
They pack in a really tough defense, and there is nothing easy. Albee gets the ball, fires it from half court, no good. All in all, that was a very competitive first half, Joey. 35-18. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make at halftime, and we'll see it for the second half.
Absolutely, Joe.
The last 4 numbers are 8-1.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. praises ever ring. On the field of conflict, we will fight for the right. We'll be loyal ever to the purple and the white. This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. Coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town. Then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates.
All right, and welcome back to Holland Gymnasium. Joe Brooks and Joey Powers here for Fact TV. So Joey, what are your takes on the first half?
The main thing I think is BF has to get hands in the face of Fall Mountain.
Fall Mountain.
Yeah, Fall Mountain, yeah. Fairhaven shooters, because they have 8 3-pointers in the first half. That's an awful lot for a high school game.
That is a lot of threes.
You know, Kai Hill has 13 points, 2 boards. Beam has 9 points, 2 boards.
And Barker comes out and hits a 3 to start the second half.
Who's that?
Andrew Barker.
That's his third 3-pointer.
So now we have the Terriers in the front court with Carson Clark. Clark shoots a 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound control over there by Kobe Levesque. Levesque back to Clark. Clark attacks from the paint and the elbow. Throws up a little runner from the right side. Nice touch on that one. Two points for Carson Clark there. That gets the lead to 38-20. We were just talking about how he's a nice soft shot, Joey, at the halftime, but the ball just hasn't been kind to him going
Absolutely.
in. Fairhaven gets the ball over to Alameda. Alameda back to Kai Hill. Kai Hill at the top of the key looking for his shot. Attacks, finds Barker on the right elbow. Gets it back to Kai Hill. Kai Hill back to Barker,
pass.
a little two-man game. Big defense underneath there by Will Halleck. Ball's kind of tapped around a little bit. Last touch by the Fairhaven Slaters. It's going to be Terriers' ball. Little full court pressure here for the Slaters now. Terriers get the ball inbounds, and it's back with Albee bringing the ball up the court here for the Terriers. Albee's on the right elbow, gets a screen from Will Halleck. Little give and go back to Halleck. Halleck goes up for 2, no good. Gets his own rebound, gets it back to Bazin. Bazin back to Clark. Clark for 3 from the right wing, no good. Phil Bean with the rebound there for the Slaters. Quickly out to Kai Hill. Kai Hill one-on-one with Carson Clark. Gives it back to Alameda. Alameda fouled on the transition by Will Halleck. It's going to be the second foul for Will Halleck. It's going to put Jake Alameda at the foul line for 2 shots. 18-point lead for the Slaters of Fairhaven. Alameda's first shot is up and no good. And Alameda's second shot is up and good. 1 out of 2 on the trip for Alameda, 39-20. Well, Joey, we saw at the beginning of the game just how good the defense was for Fairhaven. There's really done nothing to kind of change that from our opinion.
Absolutely.
Carson Clark with a quick 2 underneath, 39-22. Fairhaven plays a really good defense, and that leads to their offense, what they do have for an offense. Then they run nice sets, and they end up with open threes. Barker gets the ball into Phil Bean. Phil Bean triple teamed down there by the Terriers, kicks it out, manages to get it knocked away. Albee gets the ball to Levesque. Levesque attacking from the top of the key, picks up his dribble at the top of the key, gets it to Carson Clark here for 3 on the right elbow, no good. Ball is tapped around a little bit. Last touch by the Slaters going to be Terriers' ball. Steve Joslin's checking in for Halleck.
Still hanging around, Joe.
They are. Make a couple shots, and this gets a little closer. You feel a little better about yourself. They're really looking for Carson Clark here in the second half so far. Levesque with a nice take.
Just couldn't finish.
Off, a little too hard off that glass. Quickly up in the front court goes Alameda over to Barker. Barker for 3.
Another
3.
open 3, Joe.
Well, by my count, Joey, that would be 10 threes now, because we've already seen 2 more here in the second half.
Absolutely.
So Albee brings it up. Trailing by 20 are the Terriers. Gets it inside with using the left hand off the glass for 2 points for Eli Albee. That gives Albee 4 points in the game. Alameda quickly up for the Slaters, gets it back to Phil Bean. Phil Bean with a quick pump fake goes up with the left hand for 2. Bean for a quick 2 for the Slaters, 44-24. 5 minutes to go here. Eli Albee brings it up in the front court for the Terriers, gets it over to Kobe Levesque. Levesque back to Albee right around the backcourt line. But Albee attacks from the left side, gets to Levesque about 25 feet away from the hoop at the top of the key, goes to the left elbow, picks up his dribble, gets to Clark. Clark's about 20 feet away from the top of the key, drives with the right hand, gets it inside to Joslin. What a terrific pass by Carson Clark for a good 2 points for Steve Joslin right there. Cuts the lead to 18. Kai Hill brings it up, gets it to Alameda. Alameda receives a screen from Bean, then attacks the rim and gets it up and in for 2.
What was that?
That was Alameda for 2. Big screen by Phil Bean, freed him up coming around the corner. Albee brings the ball up here for the Terriers. Albee's looking for some help. He gets it over to Levesque on the left elbow. Levesque finds Albee over here. Albee gets it inside to Jaden Bazin, up and in for 2. I tell you what, Joey, the Terriers are definitely showing some nice movement here in the second half. The ball is moving. They're finding that layup position down on the post, and they're getting some looks here. Trailing by 18. Here's Barker for 3. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound controlled underneath by Bean, no good that time. This time controlled by Carson Clark. Carson Clark gets it up to Albee on the Terriers. Terriers looking to push it quickly. Joslin gets the ball down low, kicks it back out to Clark. Clark over to Levesque. Levesque on the right elbow here, covered by Sam Cahill. Gets it inside to Jaden Bazin. Bazin goes down to the floor, loses the ball. Alameda over to Cahill. Cahill gets it into Barker. Barker down low, tied up by Albee, has it stripped away. Here comes Albee and the Terriers pushing the ball up the court. Albee up and in for 2 more. Cuts the lead to 16 points for the Terriers. Quick timeout by Luke Van Ness of the Slaters. That's 2 points more for Albee.
That was a good timeout by Fairhaven.
Little momentum there for the Terriers. That's what we've been talking about. They're turning their defense into offense. They're making a couple shots that making those points matter.
They absolutely are.
You only get so many looks and so many gives. This is a tough-minded Fairhaven defense. They're only giving up so much.
Absolutely. But they're sticking around.
Defensively, what do you think the Terriers can do a little better to get out and cover those 3-pointers a little more, Joey?
I don't know, to be honest with you. It just seems like no matter what. I mean, I think a lot of it is just the ball movement by Fairhaven. You know, they're good at finding the open man.
To be fair, it does appear they most times have 4 shooters on the court, with Phil Bean just kind of being their inside presence.
Right.
But it seems like they surround him with shooters.
Exactly.
And then when they get their shots, they're not afraid to take them.
Well, like you said, they had triple team on Phil Bean at one point.
Right.
You know, that leaves 2-3 people open.
Exactly.
You know, so I mean, they got to cut back on that, obviously.
And he's a very good player, but they are definitely hitting the open 3-pointers they're getting. So the Slaters will bring the ball in. Kai, a little full court pressure here for the Terriers. They're changing it up. Bazin's up on the ball. Saul James and Jaden Bazin trying to set a trap. He gets up to
now
Phil
they got to
Bean.
get back, though.
Not sure that Fairhaven wants to play it at that speed, so we'll see how this goes. Cahill gets that one to drop too. He's got a nifty little offensive game that Sam Cahill does.
Absolutely.
He hits some runners, he's hit some threes.
Yeah, that's 15 points for him now.
Saul James brings the ball up the court, gets it over to Carson Clark. Clark's looking for some help, gets a screen from Jocelyn. He uses the screen, finds Albee. Albee gets it over to, went to Clark, but it's caught by Saul James in the back. So Saul James attacking the rim, tries to get it over to Albee. It's going to be lost ball, going to be Slater's ball. 48-30 in favor of the Slaters now. Jake Alameda will bring it up for the Slaters here. Gets it over to Cahill.
Another open shot.
That's number 10, Ethan Haggerty. Comes up short on that one, no good for three. Here's Albee bringing the ball in the front court, gets it over to Clark. Clark from the baseline for three. No good off the back rim. Rebounded by Cahill for the Slaters. He'll bring the ball up the court. Gets it over to Bean here on the left baseline, trying to go baseline on base, and it's blocked by Carson Clark. Eli Albee bringing the ball up the court for the Terriers, looking to make the offense happen here. Gets it into Bazin. Bazin goes up off the glass with the right hand, no good. Rebound controlled by Ethan Haggerty. Haggerty gets it out to Cahill. Cahill from the foul line with a little runner up and in. 50-30 in favor of the Slaters. Quickly up in the front court it goes. Carson Clark's got the ball here for the Terriers. Gets it over to Saul James. Saul James to the top of the key. Gets a screen from Jaden Bazin, loses the ball momentarily. Gets it back over to here, Carson Clark. Carson Clark on the right elbow. Has the ball knocked away. We're going to have a foul on Carson Clark on the loose ball. First foul on Clark here. We're going to see Cam Perry check into the ball game now, and Morgan Haskell check in, replacing Stephen Joslin and Carson Clark of the Terriers. Well, Joey, we got a 20-point lead here. What can the Terriers do to kind of close this game out?
I mean, they just got to start making shots. I mean, they've had some good looks, and they just haven't been falling today.
The key is to keep shooting those shots. Don't lose your confidence. Great look by Cahill. Big miss by Haggerty underneath. Rebounded by Cam Perry. Haskell's got the ball out here for the Terriers. Brings it to the top of the key. Thinks about the three for a second, but picks it up. Gets it back to Albee. Albee gets inside to Jaden Bazin. Bazin up and in for two.
Nice game.
That is a nice little two-man game. Jaden Bazin for two, and a nice dish from Eli Albee there. So Cahill's bringing the ball up here for the Slaters with 44 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Cahill gets a screen from number 15, Cody Adams. Swings it over to number 20, Max Cahill. Max Cahill gets it back. He's on the left elbow extended here, tries to get into the paint, throws the ball away. Last touch by the Slaters, going to be Terriers' ball with 28 seconds to go.
This is a good chance for them to make up some ground, Joe.
And you make a basket or two, you start feeling a little good about yourself. I know the deficit seems like a lot, but in reality, a couple baskets and you just never know.
Yeah, just start chipping away.
We talked about it last week. There's no 18-point basket, but you make a basket here, get a stop, make a basket there, you're suddenly 4, 5, 6 points a game. Oh, that was a good look, but just knocked away. We got 10 seconds to go. The Terriers are being patient, looking for that last shot here. Saul James, it's knocked away by Max Cahill. Sam Cahill running the court for the Slaters, no good off the rim. And the putback by Barker is going to be no good. So we got a 50-32 game as we go into the fourth quarter, Joey. We saw some full court pressure by the Terriers at the start of the midway through the third quarter there. But the problem with that is you got to make a basket to get into that press.
Exactly.
So while it does help, you got to make those baskets. And it did get a little tougher in that second half, the third quarter there. The Fairhaven really seemed to lock down defensively and make it really tough inside that paint.
Yes, they did, Joe. There's 8 minutes left, 18 points. That's a lot, but it's not insurmountable. It's
not, and it's been, Bells Falls has been close at different times, but like we talked about at the half, they'd get within 2-3 points, and then all of a sudden, another three.
Another three. Exactly. Open look.
When you suddenly give up 6 quick points, and your 3-point deficit goes to 9 in a matter of 35, 40 seconds.
Yeah, that's very deflating.
And that's happened a few times today. So the Terriers have put up a good fight just to kind of see those threes just hit the bottom of the net.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So we'll see what the Terriers can come up with here to finish out this game strong. We know they're going to compete all the way through. Evan Chadwick has definitely got his team ready to go here. So we'll see if they're ready to, we'll see what we can get out of them as they come out for the fourth quarter.
Absolutely, Joe. I mean, we watched that Hartford game, and that game was over at halftime, and still that team did not give up. They played all 4 quarters, and I don't see anything else changing tonight.
It's very true.
You know?
So we have Albee, James, Levesque, Bazin, and Halleck on the court for the Terriers. Screen and go with Bazin and James, but can't quite control it. Max Cahill's got the ball up in the front court. Quick little give and go to number 21, Adam Williams. Adam Williams there for 2. Gets it back to a 20-point lead for Fairhaven. Saul James got the ball at the top of the key, gets it over to Levesque. Levesque at the top of the key. Picks up his dribble, finds Albee. Albee going around the rows here, throws it up and in. That's a tough little runner by Eli Albee. Cuts the lead to 18 for the Terriers. Full court pass, caught by Barker. Halleck picks him up, gets it back to Cahill. Cahill in the corner to number 21, Adam Williams. Williams gets it back out to Cahill. Cahill out to Alameda. Alameda at the top of the key. The Slaters are certainly in no rush right now with an 18-point lead with 7 minutes to go here.
Absolutely, Joe.
Just taking their time and trying to turn it over. Barker for 3.
Man,
another three for Barker. It is definitely raining threes out here for the Slaters.
That's Andrew Barker's 5th three-pointer.
That is a good game.
That is a very good game.
It looks like we're going to have a foul on Barker here for the Slaters. That'll be his 2nd. And it looks like it's going to be under the basket, so not a shooting foul. So the Terriers take the ball out underneath their own basket, trailing by 21. Albee's got the ball. He gets it out to Levesque. Levesque swings it over to James. James for 3 from the corner, and that's good. Saul James for 3 points. 55-37, 18-point lead for the Slaters.
Now you get the press again, Charles.
So here's Bazin up on the ball.
Like you said, you got to make the shots to be able to get the press, but the press looks to be working pretty
A
good.
lot of energy right now.
And
that's what you want. You want the deep pass. You want to have a pass you can pick off. They get over to Bazin. Bazin for 3. Another 3 ball.
Big time 3. Like we said, start chipping away. It's down to 15.
Start chipping away.
It was just 22.
15-point lead now for the Slaters. That's a big run.
Who was that? Was that Bazin?
That was Jaden Bazin for 3.
That's what I thought.
We saw some nice little we saw them force it with the press there, Joey. They got the turnover, and what you want is those long passes like we saw them doing against Hartford. Hartford will get in the passing lane, pick them off, and you get easy baskets.
Yep.
They steal the ball, they get down the transition, and then they go. So the press makes all the difference in the world when you can get it running.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this has turned into quite a contest right now, Joe.
Absolutely.
I mean,
you can feel some energy from the Bells Falls team. Despite being down 15 with 6 minutes to go, they feel energetic and like they can compete here in this 4th quarter.
You feel like they absolutely are going to come back out with that press.
And what we talked about last week, at this point, you were down by 18. So win the 4th quarter. No matter what, you just come out and win the 4th quarter. If you happen to chip away and get to the game, great. But you want to come away with a positive thing. Phil Bean up here, another transition turnover. Here's Levesque, maybe a little out of control as he goes, but he finishes it. That was a tough finish on the steal for Levesque. It's a 13-point game here. They've got it up.
Crowd into it too, Joe.
The Slaters got the ball up here. There's Phil Bean trying to slow it down. Here's Barker trying to hit another 3 for them. That one's off. Rebound controlled by Albee. Quick push for the Terriers. Albee quickly into the front court. Big screen received by Levesque. Levesque gets the ball back. Levesque has been very aggressive on offense today. He tries to get to the rim. Gets stopped. Gets the ball out to James. James from the top of the key, and that's good.
Go.
Saul for 2. Suddenly it's a 13-point deficit. 11 points. 55-44.
And there's still 5.5 minutes to go,
Little transition. Joe. Phil Bean gets the quick 2, so they break the press that time. Good look into Bazin. The Terriers are pushing the envelope a little bit here. Albee's got the ball. He's trying to drive to the middle. He's going to be fouled on the way up, but I believe it's going to be called on the floor. That's going to be on number 20, Max Cahill. His 3rd foul of the game. 13-point lead here. Albee's got the ball for the Terriers, looking for some help, get the ball in bounds. Tries to float it over to Levesque. Levesque has it stolen.
Nice defense.
Sam Cahill has it knocked away from behind, but it's going to be last touched by the Terriers. Slater's ball underneath with a 57-44 lead. Boy, Bellows Falls showing some good energy here in the fourth quarter, Joey.
Absolutely, Joe. And this one's far from over. Still plenty of time left on the clock.
Barker,
another open shot. Oh.
Barker can't drop that one.
Saul
James comes away with it, and they're pushing. Saul's looking for some help up there. Little Euro step, and we're going to have... What are we going to have here? We're calling a walk?
Did they?
I'm not sure. Something happened with a turnover, Bellows Falls. I didn't get the call from the referee. And now we're going to have a foul on Saul James going up on the action. That was maybe a bit of an emotional foul.
Yeah.
After maybe he got a call he didn't agree with, and he tried to be over-aggressive and get the ball back. We've all made that mistake. Anyone who's played basketball.
Yep.
Number 3, Sam Cahill up here for the Slaters. He's had a nice game. He's covered by Saul James. Drives the hoop. Gets it up and in. No good. Rebound controlled, or knocked around by the Terriers. Not controlled by the Terriers. Inside to Bean. Bean's going to get the bucket. Foul's going to be on Bazin. And he's going to have a chance to make a and one here. 59-44 in favor of the Slaters. Phil Bean goes to the line for one shot. Bean's shot is up. And off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Eli Albee. Albee brings it in the front court for the Terriers. Kobe Levesque at the top of the key. Drives it to the hoop. He's had a very good look from the hoop. Will Halleck underneath. Is that going to fall? That's going to fall, Joey. Will Halleck with a terrific finish underneath the basket after yet another rebound for Will.
Absolutely. That's 8 rebounds now for Will Halleck.
And
Will with 6 points.
Will's going to go to the line to try to complete an and one and cut this to a 12-point game. Or 11-point game again. 12 points. 12 points. And he does.
And he converts.
Will's had a nice game here today. Competed very hard underneath the basket. 12-point game here. 4.5 minutes to go for the Terriers. I tell you, I think that Fairhaven may have not been anticipating this out of the Terriers in the fourth quarter.
I think you're right, Joe.
They've come out ready to go here in the fourth quarter, looking to make things happen, and they've kind of pushed the envelope, and they've got shots they wanted, and they've actually made some of those shots this quarter.
Absolutely.
Like we've been talking about. Those ones that have hit the back of the rim and kind of teased off the front of the rim, they've fallen here in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely, Joe.
That transition defense that they've been running on the press has made a difference as well.
Yes, it sure has.
So 4.5 minutes to go here, Joey. Should BF just stay with what they're doing now? Anything else they might need to tweak as we move forward?
I don't know. I mean, they're playing with a lot of energy right now, and they're playing with confidence, Joe.
They are.
You know,
that is key.
They're not afraid to take a shot.
Nope. So they're just going to stay competitive on defense here as Bazin triggers on the inbound pass.
There's that trap again.
They're very aggressive. Fairhaven breaks the press now. Now you got to get back, though, because this is where you don't want to give up the easy hoops. Phil Bean on the right elbow. And we're going to have a walk on Fairhaven. So with 4 minutes to go, the Terriers are going to have the ball, down by 12. Their press is definitely forcing some mistakes out of the Slaters, who were very calm and cool in the first half. They're definitely being forced a little bit here in the second half.
Absolutely, Joe.
Albee's trying to get the ball in. He gets it into Bazin. Bazin up and in. What a look from Eli Albee to get that into Jaden Bazin. Here's the transition trap again. And there's a little bit of chaos here. Saul James and Albee have got Cahill trapped. He gets it up to Cahill, to his brother Cahill. Sam Cahill in the backcourt now. Over in the corner to Max Cahill. Gets it back to Phil Bean. Phil Bean to the foul line. Extended. It's stripped away momentarily by the Terriers. Only to be controlled back by Fairhaven. Back out to Cody Adams. Adams out to Cahill. Cahill gets it into Bean. Bean up for 2. Very disciplined offensive set right there for the Slaters to get a basket they desperately needed.
Yes.
With 3.5 minutes to go, Albee gets it into Bazin. Bazin's got Cody Adams on him on the post. Oh, what a good look,
Nice
but it
look.
was knocked away. That was a great look to the opposite baseline.
Nice defensive play by Fairhaven.
With 3 minutes to go here, we got 61-49, 12-point deficit for the Terriers. Terriers playing with a lot of energy here in the fourth quarter, a lot of excitement.
Yes, absolutely.
Halleck gets the ball in. James has the ball on the left, elbow extended, looking for some help. Oh, with a nice little crossover mover, gets baseline, but has the ball knocked away on the pass. Cody Adams comes away with it for the Slaters, gets it up to Sam Cahill. Cahill covered in the front court by Jaden Bazin. Bazin trailing, gets it over to Phil Bean.
A lot of hustle out of Basin right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Phil Bean with a big pump fake gets it back to Cahill. Cahill's in no rush right now with 2.5 minutes to go. Gets it to Phil Bean at the foul line. Bean for 2. Phil Bean's had a big fourth quarter for the Slaters. If it wasn't for his fourth quarter performance, this game would have got a lot closer.
Absolutely.
Albie drives the lane, is going to have it topped away. It's going to be, what do we got here? I think we got Slater's ball underneath. Last touch by the Terriers. So Max Cahill will bring it in for the Slaters, facing that full court pressure of the Terriers, which has been effective. Gets broken here to Max Cahill. Max Cahill brings it up and over to Phil Bean. Phil Bean up for 2, and he's going to be fouled on the way by. It's going to be foul on number 11, Will Halleck of the Terriers, which I believe is Will's 4th foul of this game. Third team. 2.5 minutes to go. So Bellows Falls made a little push here, but Fairhaven's come up with a couple quick baskets, and it's been their big senior leader who got his 1,000th point tonight, Phil Bean, that's kind of let off the charge.
Absolutely. That's 22 for Bean now.
And Bean gets the free throw to drop. So Albie will push it up with 2.5 minutes to go. They've definitely looked to their senior leader every time the Slaters have needed a basket. Gets it over to Carson Clark in the corner. Carson Clark for a corner 3, no good. Going to be a big rebound, knocked away by Bazin, controlled by Jake Alameda of the Slaters. Alameda brings it up into the front court, gets it over to Barker on the right elbow. Back to Alameda. Alameda gets to the foul line, drives the lane inside the paint, kicks it over to number 20, Max Cahill. Cahill brings it up to the top of the key, gets it to Sam Cahill. Cahill directing the offense. Eli Albie's trying to knock the ball away for the Terriers. As right now, the Slaters are just playing their 3 corners offense to try to keep the ball away. Albie manages to knock it away momentarily, but they maintain possession to the Slaters. Get over to Cahill. Cahill over there. Gets it over here to Jake Alameda. Alameda gets it into Phil Bean. Phil Bean with a nice little post move. Gets it up and in.
That might just be the dagger.
It has been the Phil Bean show here in the fourth quarter for the Slaters. Eli Albie brings it up, 68-49, gets it in there to Bazin. It's knocked away by Max Cahill. Cahill brings it up for the Slaters, gets it over to Barker. Barker behind the back to Bean. Bean's going to be fouled on the way up, so he's going to have 2 free throws. With 1:13 to go, it's 68-49 in favor of the Slaters. Phil Bean, steps to the line for the Slaters for 2. Looks like number 1, Reed Hill, will be checking into the game for Bellows Falls. Phil Bean hits the first. And we have a mass substitution for the Slaters. Cam Perry and Andrew Dunbar checking in for the Terriers as well. So with 1 minute to go in the game, we have Reed Hill, Eli Albie, Douglas Sterling, Cam Perry, and Andrew Dunbar in there for the Terriers. Phil Bean up, and the second one's no good. Rebound controlled by Dunbar. Albie gets it up here to Reed Hill. Hill back to Albie. Albie looking for Dunbar underneath. Gets it into Cam Perry. Cam Perry for 2, no good. Dunbar competing for the rebound in there, but has it knocked away. Here's Phil Bean, bringing the ball up the court for the Slaters. Kicks it back to, it's stolen by Douglas Sterling of the Terriers. Sterling's dribbling into the front court, looking for help. Ball's knocked away, controlled by the Slaters. Up to number 2, Rowan Lincoln of the Slaters. Lincoln drives in and gets 2 points. With 39 seconds to go, 71-49 is the lead here. Well, Joey, as we look at the game, Bellows Falls certainly had some opportunities. They competed all the way through the game.
Absolutely. It wasn't for lack of effort, Joe.
Just couldn't quite get a few extra shots to drop here and there as they'd build a little momentum, and a shot wouldn't drop, and then we'd go down and see a quick 3 from the other side, or here in the fourth quarter, They got within 10, and then they just
Phil
had
Beam
no
just
answer
took
for
over.
Phil Beam.
None whatsoever. But it makes you wonder if some of those shots, those open shots that they missed in the first half, if this game would have made it a little different.
It very well could have been, and the fact that clearly you see why they were triple-teaming Beam when he got the ball.
Guy's a beast.
Is when he gets the ball down low and he's 10, 12 feet away from the basket, you pretty much can write down
2
that
points.
he's getting the 2 points.
Yeah.
Reed Hill here for the Terriers. Gets it over to Sterling. Sterling attacks from the left side, throws it up and in. 2 points for Douglas Sterling. For the Terriers, 71-51. 15 seconds to go here in the game. We're 21 for the Slaters with the miss. Andrew Dunbar comes up with the rebound, gets it to Morgan Haskell with 8 seconds to go in the game. Haskell pushes it up the court, gets it to Reed Hill. Reed Hill loses the ball out of bounds. It's going to be Slater's ball with 3.5 seconds to go. Well, Joey, I think that's going to be pretty much do it. Ball's going to come in. So it was another tough night for the Terriers, but the young core and the old core, they kind of showed some fight tonight. So really a good effort.
Yeah, definitely a very good effort, you know. Got to take away the positives, you know. I mean, they didn't give up. They played all 4 quarters. Said they had some shots that just didn't fall.
Absolutely.
You know, and that could have made a big difference in the second half.
Well, so thank you for joining us on Fact TV, and thanks for joining me again tonight, Joey.
Absolutely, Joe, anytime.
I believe we have another game tomorrow night, and we'll see you then.
Have a good night.
Thank you.